Well, alright, everybody. We are back with TEW9, the Shifting Sands, and we are here to book our first episode of Smackdown here. We are in the Great Lakes region um, at the Barley Center. So, I am going to just jump in, book everything that we need. We will come right back and we will run the show. Alright, everybody, we are back. We have the entire show booked, so let's head in, starting with our first pre-show match here. So, in a pre-show bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Tully Blanchard Enterprises, Sylvan and Stevie Richards defeat the Mexicools in 10:07 when Stevie submits Psychosis with the Stevie stretch. Sylvan was the weakest link, struggling to keep up with everybody else's in-ring performances. The crowd heat at the end is expected and simmering. The wrestling rating got us a 60, the crowd got us a 56, and the segment got us a 66. Stevie had a 66. Sylvan had a 47. Super Crazy had a 65. Psychosis had a 61. Tully Blanchard debuted his media mogul gimmick and it got an adequate. Sylvan seemed off his game. The commentary quality lifted it. The color commentary gave it a boost, and Tully did good work at ringside. So let's head to our opening contest. In a bout that had great heat and decent wrestling, Sabu defeated Paul London in 5:44 by pinfall with his Arabian Basebuster. The crowd heat is simmering. The wrestling rating got a 58. The crowd got a 66. The segment got a 54. Sabu had a 56. Paul London had a 60. Sabu debuted his Chic gimmick and it got a 4. Sabu was really off his game. Sabu and Paul London didn't seem to click and made for an awkward bout. The commentary lifted it. The color commentary gave it a boost. Let's check out. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so let's head to our next segment. Oh, man, that segment killed it. It's going to kill us. Batista and Ray in our main event. You face Eminem for the WWE Tag Team titles inside a steel cage. Your thoughts going into the dangerous match? Dangerous, yeah, no doubt about it. A steel cage changes everything. No running, no hiding, no Melina interfering. Just four men locked in, fighting it out. Eminem have been doing everything they can to dodge us, to cheat us, to stall, to keep those titles. But tonight, they have nowhere to go. Eminem, you're looking at two guys who fought too much, and we're going to beat the odds. We outlasted everything you've thrown at us, and tonight we walk in as challengers, and we walk out as champions. See, Eminem like to talk, they like flash, they like attention, that's fine. But inside that steel cage, none of that matters. Inside the cage, it's about who can fight, who can survive, and who is willing to push themselves to the limits to walk out standing. And you're looking at two men who don't break, two men who don't back down, two men who have each other's backs. Ray's not just my partner, he's my brother. So Eminem, enjoy those titles while you still have them. Because tonight, when the cage comes down, when the door locks, when every camera flashes, we're taking what's ours. Viva la raza! Booyaka! And that's not just a promise, that's a warning. And so the crowd is still simmering. The rating got a 48, so I am no longer doing interview promos. I'm just going to do regular promos. Batista looked good. The performance of Rey Mysterio was good. Josh Matthews looked lost out there. The commentary quality lifted it. The color commentary gave it a boost, and Rey Mysterio benefited from having a groundswell of public support. So let's head to our next match. Oh, it's not a match. It's the next promo. Randy, tonight, Booker T faces Chris Benoit. Oh, well, that's totally wrong. So it's in the best of 7. Why? Because I messed up the whole promo. Okay, so pretty much it's just Randy Orton talking about how he is going to win tonight and end this best of 7 series with Benoit and get the United States Championship back to Booker T. So the crowd is hot and rising. The segment got us to 69. It advanced the 5-time shut up, you only need 4 to win. The performance of Randy Orton was good. Randy Orton and Bob Orton had pretty good chemistry. Randy Orton clearly enjoyed the freedom of going off script. So did Booker T. And the angle got the crowd hotter. So let's head to our next match. In a wild brawl that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, JBL defeated Road Dogg by pinfall. In 1025 by pinfall with his clothesline from Wall Street. Well, that's weird. So JBL had an 84. Road Dogg had a 71. Road Dogg debuted his degenerate comedy gimmick and it got a great. The match suffered because of lack of selling, and Road Dogg seemed off his game. I just want to see why this did so terrible. No associated storyline, of course. So the wrestling rating got a 78, the crowd got a 76, and the segment got a 66. Will struggle when used as a star or major star in a company that is not comedy influenced. I have to keep him from being a star, apparently, or that is going to be a struggle. Okay, so let's head to the next segment. I say every year, every superstar talks about how they're going to win the Royal Rumble. They talk big, they talk loud, but me, I don't just talk about it, I fight for it. I've been WWE champion before, and I know what it feels to carry the company on my back, to stand on the mountaintop and say, I'm made at Holmes. But there's one thing I've never done. I've never won the Royal Rumble. 30 men, 30 dreams, but only one can go to WrestleMania, to the biggest stage we got. And Vato, I want that. I need that. People look at me and they remember the lies, the cheats, and the steals. But they forgot something, Holmes. Every time I get knocked down, I get back up. Every time they counted me out, I proved them wrong. Every time they said I didn't belong, I showed them that Eddie Guerrero was made for this business. WrestleMania is where legends become immortal, and I want my name written in stone. I want my moment, not just for me, but for my family. For every single person who ever believed in Latino heat. So at the Royal Rumble, I'm going to walk in, I'm going to scratch, I'm going to claw, I'm going to fight with every ounce of fire in my soul. And when the smoke clears, when all 29 men are laying on the mat, you're going to hear the announcer say, the winner of the Royal Rumble, Eddie Guerrero. And then I go to WrestleMania, baby, and I main event because Latino heat is burning all the way to the top again. Viva la raza! So the crowd heat is white hot now. The segment pulled us, dragged us up, and got us a 94. The angle got the crowd hotter, and yes, I kept Eddie alive in this. I don't regret it. I got some big plans for him in 2006. So we're going to see how well this goes over for him. So let's head to our next match. In a decent match, Kid Cash defeated Chavo Guerrero in 10:09 by pinfall with the dead level. Kid Cash makes defense number 1 of his cruiserweight title. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 57. The crowd got a 54. The segment got us a 53. Kid Cash got a 52. Chavo got a 63. John Laurinaitis sucked as a road agent. The commentary gave it a lift. The color commentary gave it a boost. And Chavo benefited from having a groundswell of public support. So, it's not too bad. I mean, I wish the match could be a heck of a lot better, but hey, it is what it is. So, let's head to our next segment. For those of you who may have forgotten, my name is Tully Blanchard. I am a founding father of dominance in this business. I helped redefine what it meant to be elite. Champions didn't happen, we made them. Legends didn't appear, we built them. And here I stand today because history has a funny way of repeating itself. This place, WWE, is full of pretenders, men who want to be stars, men who think they're tough. But every once in a while, you find the real thing. The men who understand power, control, precision, greatness. Allow me to introduce the future of this company, Tully Blanchard Enterprises. And Mark Henry walks out. This is Mark Henry, the world's strongest man, a man who has been knocking on the door for years, while others were handed opportunities. That ends now. With guidance, this man becomes unstoppable. And then out comes Sylvan, and this is Sylvan. You might think he's just a pretty face, but I see something different. I see poise, I see ruthlessness, I see a man who will do absolutely anything to win. And then out comes Stevie, and finally Stevie Richard, a man who has been overlooked, dismissed, underestimated, and written off by everyone except for me. I don't see what he was. I see what he is, a dangerous, cold, calculating professional, ready to break bodies and rebuild his legacy. Together, we are not here to be a part of the roster. We're here to run it. We are here to take championship, to break egos, to end careers, to reshape WWE and our image. Ladies and gentlemen, get used to the sound of success. This is Tully Blanchard Enterprises, and we own this place now. So the crowd heat is very hot. It got us a 68. Tully Blanchard was superb, working without a script, and had the crowd eating out of the palm of his hands, and the commentary quality lifted the segment as well, so that's good. So let's head to the next match. In a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Chris Benoit defeated Randy Orton in 11:20 by submission with his crippler crossface, now making it a 3-2 in the best of 7 series. So the crowd heat at the end is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 78. The crowd got an 81. The segment got us an 80. Benoit had a 77. Orton had an 80. It advanced the 5-time shut up. You only need to win 4. Randy Orton and Bob Orton have pretty good chemistry. Chris Benoit was penalized due to going through personal issues. Benoit benefited from having a groundswell of public support, and the match got the crowd buzzing. Let's just check out the dirt sheet. I'm just assuming. Yeah, it's the personal issue, stamina, poor gimmick. I didn't know his gimmick was poor. We'll have to change Benoit's gimmick and see what we get next. So let's head to our next segment. I don't think that wasn't it. Okay, so, well. It looks like old road dog Jesse James is back in the WWE, baby. Yeah, I know. I didn't exactly walk in and pick up the W tonight. JBL caught me with that clothesline from hell. And man, whoo, that'll rearrange your dental records faster than a trip to the orthodontist. But listen, that's okay, because tonight wasn't about wins and losses. Tonight was about stepping back through that curtain, feeling that crowd, hearing those chants, feeling that love. And brother, I've missed that more than you will ever know. This business, this company, it's home. And sometimes you leave home for a while. Sometimes you get lost. Sometimes you gotta find yourself. But when you come back, you feel it. You remember why you fell in love with this. Fell in love with it in the first place. So JBL, hey, You got me tonight fair and square, but this ain't over because Road Dogg ain't here to be a nostalgia act or a cameo or some quick feel good moment. I'm here to fight. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to be Road Dogg. And as far as I'm concerned, this is the beginning. WWE, the DOGG is back, baby, and business just picked up. Oh, you didn't know? You better call somebody. So the crowd heat is very hot. The segment got us a 74, and Road Dogg clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script and performed well. So let's head to our next match. In a bout that had decent wrestling, a good heat and decent wrestling, Suzuki and Dupree defeated the Legion of Doom in 6:08 when Rene Dupree pinned Road Warrior Animal with the Merci Beaucoup. The crowd heat at the end is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 52. The crowd got a 55. The segment got us a 51. Heidenreich got a 52. Animal got a 51. Renee got a 51. And Kenzo got a 52. Kenzo debuted as No Gimmicks Needed, legitimate gimmick, and it got a very good. Heidenreich was really off his game. Road Warrior Animal and Heidenreich got a tag team specialist bonus. Kenzo and Renee got a tag team specialist bonus. That's great. The commentary lifted it. The color commentary lifted it. Let's check at Kenzo's. Give me penalized for losing to comedy gimmicks, taking a penalty in comedy bouts, and a comic relief during angles, so it doesn't really matter because that will never happen with them. So let's head to our next segment. Tell me I didn't just see that. Tell me I didn't just see you lose out there, Randy. Booker, relax. It was one match. You act like it's the end of the world or something. One match. One match. It's the best of 7, Randy. I'm up 3-2. Benoit's breathing down my neck, and I need momentum next week. I need you to take Benoit out. I trusted you. Look, I did what I could. Benoit got lucky. It happens. I'm not some errand boy that just jumps when you snap your fingers. Randy, this isn't about ego. Booker needs to end this series next week before Benoit ties it up. We need you to focus. We need you to lock in. Listen, dog, next week, I'm finishing this. I'm walking out the U.S. champion, you dig? But Benoit always got eyes in the back of his head, and I need somebody watching mine. You want my help? You need to understand that I'm going to do this. We'll finish this next week. So the crowd heat is very hot. It got us a 72. It advanced the 5 times shut up. Booker and Charmel have great chemistry. And Randy and Bob Orton have great chemistry. The angle idea I used was a success, so that helped it out a lot too. So let's head to our main event. Did I jump over that main event? Oh, it got a 75. And then the end was just Mark Henry beating down Batista, which got a 73. So we're going to have to finish it. Well, no, I don't really want to finish it, but I have to. So somehow, we got an 82. So Eminem defeated Batista and Ray in the steel cage for the tag titles. After Mark Henry interfered and laid out Batista in the cage. And then afterwards, Mark Henry beats down Batista, so we got an 82 overall. It increased our popularity in 32 regions. The show benefited from having quite a few angles. So that's pretty great. So maybe that's why we got an 82 out of that. Because other than that, that show was horrible. And we'll work at trying to get better matches. I'm probably going to have to make more storylines for everybody so we can get better ratings on everything. So, that's the end. Let's finish the financial report. We made $189,360 off of this episode, so that's not bad. The recap, we are up to 71 In just about everywhere, we have 75 in New England and 75 in the Tri-States, 71 in just about everywhere in Canada, up to 66 in Wales, Queensland, Victoria, and Western Australia. So that's really good. So, I mean, we're getting up there. So, that is the end of this episode. I will see everyone in the next one.